How we doing today? Welcome to another quick No Pro Joe review. Today we're talking about Canon STM 50mm 1.8. Stick around. Alright, what we're filming on right now is the Canon STM 1.8. It is the new 50mm inexpensive, fantastic plastic from Canon, and it goes down to a 1.8 aperture, which is quite wide, lets in a lot of light, good for filming in low light. But what this test is mostly about, how well does the autofocus work? And we know it's an STM, we know it's quiet operation, but is it going to hold focus on me? Or is it going to hunt around, in and out, in and out, in and out? To me, that's no bueno if it is hunting all over the place. So I want to give this a shot and see what it looks like. This is a real-world usage of this lens to see how bad it hunts around in the autofocus setting. Because if you're filming yourself, you probably want it to be able to lock on focus and keep going. Sure, you can manually adjust it, set it there, but what if I'm showing a product and I want it to focus on that product? Is it going to do that and then come back to me without any major problems? I do love the lens for photography. It works really, really well. It takes really fantastic pictures. Now, 50mm on a APS-C camera, it zooms you in quite a bit. So, is it ideal for video? In my mind, it's not. It's way too cropped in. I've got the camera back from me about 7 feet just to be where we are right now. All right, so this is the autofocus with the 50mm STM. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to change out the lens. I'm going to put my kit lens, my 18 to 55, and I'm going to set it to 50mm, which is going to be at just about 5.6 aperture. So you're getting a lot smaller opening, but a much less shallow depth of field. Right now, my depth of field is super shallow. It's focused in on me. If I go to just behind me just a little bit, you're going to be out of focus. So that's at 1.8, and that's what I've got it set to. And also, when you have a wide open aperture, it's not the crispest video you're going to see. It's not as sharp as it could be. Get a softer image with the wide open aperture. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to change out that lens. I'm going to put on a 18 to 55. I'm going to set it to 50, and we'll see if the lens hunting or autofocus capabilities on the 18 to 55 are as good, better, or worse than this new 50mm 1.8 STM lens. All right, let's change them out. All right, what you're seeing right now is the 18 to 55 set to 50mm. I have to bump the ISO up a lot. So I went from 160 set with a Magic Lantern to 640 with Magic Lantern. So that's a big difference between the 1.8 aperture and almost 5.6 with the 50mm. So here's the little guy we're talking about. 50mm STM. It's real small. It's focused by wire. It doesn't have image stabilization, but it does have autofocus. It has a metal mount on it, which is kind of nice. It's still kind of light. It's plastic, but the lens itself really does a nice job. For photographs, it's absolutely beautiful, and the shallow depth of field you get with this thing is amazing. You want the bokeh in the background, you're going to get it with this, because we're sometimes with the smaller aperture, you're not going to get that. But anyway, so this is autofocus with the 18 to 55. We'll see if it's hunting around or if it's keeping me in focus, if it's soft or hard focus. I guess it's not really a super big review of the lens. I like the lens. The one thing I don't like about the lens is I have noticed in previous tests that the autofocus did not work all that well. And that's kind of why I wanted to do this, to kind of show how well the autofocus does work and kind of show you what you're getting into when you get a lens like this. A lot of times when you watch reviews, guys are using 70Ds, which have the dual pixel autofocus, and that thing works awesome. I mean, it really locks you in. But with the hybrid autofocus on the T5i and most other models, you just don't get that. So the autofocus is not nearly as nice as with like a 70D. But anyway, just want to get on there and make a quick video, talk about this lens a little bit. I love it. I got it for $125, which, you know, pretty nice little piece of glass for $125. That's a pretty good deal. I think the next couple lenses I want to add to my arsenal are the 10 to 18 STM and the 24mm prime STM lens, both Canons. The 10 to 18 is about $299, and the 24mm is, I think, $149. But I think 24mm on an APS-C sensor camera is going to be a really nice prime lens. That's at 2.8, so it's got a decent size aperture on it, and I think you're not cropped in so far with the 50mm. 50mm for portraits is great, but if you want to do video, I mean, you got to get a ways away from your subject, or you got to set your camera up. If you're doing yourself, doing a vlog or a review or something like that, you're going to set your camera up across the room, and not everybody has that kind of room to be able to do that. So, oh, one other thing, the audio on this video is done with a Pyle Pro lavalier mic. It's like a $12 lavalier mic, wireless lavalier mic. So we'll see how the audio sounds on that too. So it's kind of a test for a couple different things. Really what it is a Saturday morning. I don't want to do my work, so I'd rather make videos. So let's talk about a 50mm lens, autofocus. Let's talk about our 1855 autofocus. And let's talk about our Pyle Pro wireless lavalier mic. So there you have it. Thanks for watching this No Pro Joe review. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. It's kind of a scattered review today. I really wasn't focused on any one thing. I was really wanted to see how well the autofocus worked on this 50mm. And I'm pretty sure when I put this into post, I'm going to see that thing was hunting around a bit. But we'll see if I'm wrong. All right, you all have a great day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on No Pro Joe Reviews.